Hi everyone, this is Bumi, always here to make complex things simple digitally. So I just got a message from my mom on on my phone, and she was asking how she could sign on to OneDrive. So there's this webinar that she missed, and her friend attended and recorded it, but it's too large for her friend to send it to her via email. So her friend says that she's going to be sending it through the OneDrive, and she had no clue what to do or how to go about it. So my mom has an Outlook account. She has a Hotmail account, but she doesn't know how to go into OneDrive. And basically, you may ask, oh, OneDrive, how does that work? So as we all know, most of us, whether we have a career or we do not have a career, whether you're using personally or not, most of us have a Microsoft account. And I'm talking about Microsoft Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Outlook, and the like. So once you have your Microsoft account, basically you can sign in using that account to get your OneDrive. And what OneDrive does is that it saves your files and your photos to a place called a OneDrive so that you can access them from any device because your files and your photos are stored in the cloud. So the advantages of OneDrive is that one, anywhere access. You can enjoy the freedom to access, to edit, to share your files on all your devices, wherever you are, whenever you want to. Another advantage is backup and protect. So if you lose your device, you won't lose your files and photos when they're saved in OneDrive because you can get a new device and then pop into your OneDrive and save those files in your new device. One other advantage that I will talk about is the share and collaborate. You can stay connected, share your documents and photos with friends and families, and collaborate in real-time Office apps. So those are the different advantages. There are so much more, you can get your files on demand, you can document scan, you can have a personal vault. OneDrive is very robust, and so we have a lot of people using OneDrive. However, OneDrive is not the only way you can actually store your files, photos, and folders on the cloud. There are many other options. If you do not have a Microsoft account, but you have a Google account, you can use the Google Drive. You can, if that's not what you want, you can also use like the Dropbox. You can use WeTransfer to transfer files. Just there are just different others that are coming up during this period where so many of us are working from home and so many people have to collaborate virtually. So with that said, I will just go in now to how basically you can use the OneDrive and how it all sort of ties in together. I'm going to share my screen now, and then we'll get on right to it on the steps. So you're on your home screen, my home screen, let's assume it's Google, but now I want to get to OneDrive. So you just type in your web browser, www.onedrive.com. And once you type into it, you get into the OneDrive homepage. Once you're in the OneDrive homepage, what you do is you could look at the topmost right, there's a sign in there. So you click on that, sign in. A pop-up comes up for you to sign in. Now, what you will sign into is your Microsoft account. Some of us use a Microsoft account as in at Microsoft.com. Others, it might be at Outlook.com, at Hotmail.com. But it doesn't matter if it's Outlook, Google, or anything. You can actually use your Google account. Whatever account you're putting in here is the account that you used when you were purchasing or buying your Microsoft 365. So I'm going to put in here my Outlook account, which is bumi.ajaxi at outlook.com, and then I'll click next. However, you might wonder, so how do I get it if I don't have one? Can I create one? Yes, it's at this point that you click on no account, create one. So you can create one if you do not have one. So don't fret, you can still have the opportunity to store your files using the OneDrive by creating a new account. Then you click the next, and then it asks you for a password. Once you put in your password, you click the sign in. But before you click the sign in, there's a checkbox here which says keep me signed in. Now, for security reasons, if you are using your own device, it's fine to keep this checked. However, if it is not your personal device, or if you're using that, if it's you're using a public device, excuse me, or you're using a friend's device or somebody else's device, but it's not yours, and there are more than one user on that device, you might want to keep that unchecked for security reasons. And then you click the sign in. Once you click the sign in, it takes you into the OneDrive video, into the OneDrive. Now, for those who are doing this for the first time, you will not see any files in yours, but I have files in mine. In fact, I've filled up my OneDrive. The number or the capacity of space that it gives you, without you having to purchase anything, free of charge, it's free and it's convenient, is 5 GB. And if you want to know how much you have used out of the 5 GB, you can scroll down. You can just look down to the bottommost left and you can see OneDrive full. I have used 5 GB out of my 5 GB and I have no more. So I can also get more storage. Anyways, back to the files. So these are the files that I have either received from somebody via email or I have intentionally stored in here. So this is how my OneDrive homepage looks like. And so if you're going to be receiving a file from somebody through OneDrive, this is where you get those files. If you want to delete the files, they're pretty easy to delete. You check that box, you check that box, you check that box, and then you have the options here to either share to somebody else, similar to forwarding an email that you have just received, or you can delete the files. Once you click delete, it goes out of your OneDrive and then it is no longer in the cloud. What that does as well is that it creates more space for you in here. Microsoft also gives you a personal vault where you could actually store some of your items there, which is good. They store important files and photos with an added layer of protection in OneDrive. So that's it. If you're done and you want to go out, then you go to the topmost right where you should see if you have a profile picture right there. So you click on where the picture is, you see your name, your details, and then my Microsoft account. But on the top of that, you see the sign out. So you click on the sign out and then you are out of it. And so that's it for today. Let me know if that was helpful or not. And if you want to see any other things or you're confused about any other things, please feel free, let me know. And I will make a video to show you the steps in which you can do it. Bumi Ajagunno, making complex things simple. Bye.